Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today we got another new update in Warzone and Black Ops 6 featuring our very first community-based event. We've got a bunch of new patch notes to go through and break down as well for both multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone as well. So as we do dive into all the updates, all the changes here with our November 21st update, and the date's correct, they got it right this time. If you enjoy the video, a like rating is always seriously appreciated, really helps grow the channel. And if you're new here or if you have not subscribed yet, right now just under 60% of viewers watching the videos are not subscribed. So if that's you, I'd love to have you change that every single day. I got you covered with the latest need to know info for updates, patch notes, meta breakdowns, everything going on in COD is right here. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. But first up here, global update, the new hit list event is out. So with this, we are going to have a bunch of new content. In just a moment, we'll dive into the game and actually see what all is going on with this event, how you go through and actually unlock everything, because there's a couple of new weapons with this. There's a new perk as well. So we'll detail that in game here in just a moment here. But as far as our general updates go here now for multiplayer playlist updates, they've added 10v10 mosh pit to quick play. That's phenomenal. So 10v10 is going to be always available now through that if you're not a fan of just 6v6 on maybe some of those maps that play a bit slower. They added hardcore 10v10 mosh pit to the hardcore quick play as well. They also added hideout extraction and protocol to 10v10 as the map pool gets updated with that. For challenges, they also address an issue on the Krig and the SOG where you couldn't actually progress dark spines. If you're trying to use those weapons to replace some of the base weapons on your dark matter camo grinds, you can now unlock dark spine fully intended there. It's not going to bug out and not track any longer. In ranked play, the RCXD has been restricted in all modes. They addressed an issue where some matches would unintentionally end in a draw. Then with UI, they addressed an issue where SR would sometimes display incorrectly after a match. They addressed an issue where players would sometimes be stuck with no UI after a match as well. For zombies, here with movement, they addressed an issue where players would be slowed down when reloading while sprinting. So nice little movement update there. With the challenges here, they addressed an issue that could prevent the Box Attic Dark Ops challenge to not track correctly. So if you're going for the various Dark Ops unlocks, that'll now work as intended. And of course, as always, they added in various stability fixes as well. So not too much going on for multiplayer or zombies in specific. We actually do have some pretty interesting updates for Warzone though. So here again, they do detail the hit list event. Once more, we'll talk about this in game in just a moment. New playlist update today. Good news here. Rebirth is coming back to Warzone. So Rebirth Island will be re-enabled in Warzone later this morning. By the time you're watching this video, I imagine it should be live. If not, shortly thereafter this video going up, that'll still be working there. They say thanks for your patience these last few days as we work to bring Rebirth Island back to the Warzone playlist. We wanted to take the necessary time to address key issues and make improvements to ensure the best possible experience. Obviously, Rebirth launched and the lighting was not good and the audio was atrocious inside a prison. It was so bad. So that's why it got removed, but it is now back. So they say on Rebirth, they've done a number of lighting and audio adjustments to improve gameplay. So fantastic news there. Hopefully it's just going to be similar to Rebirth that we've been playing for the past several years. No weird changes that weren't expected there. It's just a pretty standard, you know what you're getting into experience with that. But if you're not a fan of Area 99, good news there that Rebirth is now back. With General, the Armory will be re-enabled later today. So the Armory was currently disabled in Warzone due to some bugs. And through that, of course, you couldn't actually unlock any MW2 or MW3 weapons that you didn't already have unlocked. Like if you skipped MW3, there's a lot of MW3 weapons in the meta right now. We actually just talked about some of them in our Resurgence meta video the other day. If you haven't caught that, feel free to go and check it out, especially if you're diving into some Rebirth gameplay, right? But the Armory will be back so you can go through and fully unlock things that you might not have unlocked from older titles. XP balancing, increased player XP in Battle Royale and Plunder. That's fantastic. Increased weapon XP in Plunder and Resurgence. That's fantastic as well. We've made several adjustments to player and weapon XP in order to bring earn rates across different modes closer together. So should be easier to level up and rank up weapons now across the board, pretty much regardless of what you're playing there. Stim shots. Oh, okay, I like this as well. The speed boost duration has been increased from 1 second to 3. So kind of like it was before they nerfed it. Upon the launch of Warzone, we identified a critical issue and, in response, temporarily reduced both the speed and increase in duration of the stims while we worked on a solution. Our goal is to offer a meaningful speed boost with a clear upper limit to ensure balance and consistent combat encounters. As it stands, both Resolute and Stim Shot provide that 15% speed boost, with their combined effect capping at 20%. This allows players to experiment with various combinations for movement. So really cool update there. Stim Shots will be a lot more useful useful now. Deployable box interaction speed. We've removed an unintentional delay that prevented players from interacting with armor, munitions, and utility boxes when deployed. This is all honestly fantastic news for these patch notes so far. Bug fixes. Fix an issue in Area 99 that would cause players to hear kill streaks across the map. An issue that would cause players to drop a weapon involuntarily when attempting to pick up a different weapon from the ground. Fantastic. Fix an issue that would prompt players to remove an aftermarket part from their weapon despite one not currently being equipped. They also fix an issue that caused the STB-556 assault rifle body to become invisible when you put on an underbarrel. So honestly, really good patch notes today for Warzone. Definitely was in need of it. Still, we are missing some things, like we need more audio updates in game. We need other gameplay adjustments, server updates, stuff like that we'll be talking about in some future videos here, but a step in the right direction for sure. But now, all that said, let's jump in game and check out the new hit list event and see what all this has to offer. So now in game, under the event tab, you're going to see we've got the hit list event for the next 14 days. There are 5 total personal rewards when you go through and you boot this up. However, there's also community rewards, which is pretty interesting. So you're going to get this initial splash screen first and foremost, and essentially this is going to be elimination based. It works across all 3 modes: multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone here. So with this, you go through, you have your community eliminations. You also then have your personal eliminations. So us as a community, as we're playing the game, everyone's stats are tracking towards these community ones. Then individually, you'll be able to go through and earn a couple of different things. So for instance, there's a new loading screen, a calling card, an emblem, and then also a weapon charm and the power drill melee. And with this, for all of these rewards, every time you get 1 elimination in multiplayer, it counts for 1 skull. So for the loading screen, you need 100 skulls. For the power drill, you need 1,000 skulls. So you'd in theory need 1,000 eliminations in multiplayer to get the power drill. Whereas in zombies, you get 1 skull every 5 eliminations. So 5 zombies count for 1 skull. And then in Warzone, 5 skulls per elimination. So kill counts vary depending on the mode that you're in, but you can go through and unlock various personal rewards there. Meanwhile, with the community, we got a bunch of different rewards. So the first one we're going to see is the new buffer weight stock that's going to be available on just a couple of different guns, and that's going to be at, I believe, 8 billion is what they're looking for here. We then go through and then we get the shadow perk. That's going to make you immune to like mines and whatnot. Then at 24, we end up getting the hand cannon score streak. And then at 32, we get the new veteran perk. And then lastly, at 50, everyone is going to unlock the new Siren 9mm special weapon that's kind of like a pistol and an SMG hybrid at the same time. So this won't actually be fully unlockable until the next couple of days once we go through and we get all these kill totals. But then once we do, everyone's going to gain access to that at the same time, whereas you can go through at your own pace and get any of these rewards as you're going through and doing your own personal eliminations in any mode. So definitely a pretty interesting event. Also, just to fully clarify now for our playlist update this week, we do have this live as intended now. So Battle Royale, obviously we've got quads, trios, duos, and solos for Urzikstan. We've got Resurgence on Area 99, which is quads, trios, duos, and solos. Plunder quads, Warzone boot camp, and then Resurgence quads on Rebirth is just quads and quads alone. There is no trios, duos, or solos for Rebirth as of now, but Rebirth is fully back and working there. And that is effectively everything that ended up changing in the new community update, if you will, for Black Ops 6 and Warzone. And that's going to wrap things up. If you enjoyed the video, a like would be seriously appreciated. And if you're new here, feel free to hit that subscribe button on your way out to guarantee you are always up to date with everything going on in COD. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.